Hey you, I'm so glad you're here today. I'm Jenny Prochko from Els Indigo, and I make videos about spirituality, goal setting, journaling, mental health and awareness, and my story. I love this journaling practice. This is, I think, one of my favorites right now. I do this every day. Today, I would love to welcome you to my series on how to use tarot cards as a journaling tool. In this series, I'm going to be talking about how to choose a tarot deck, tarot tools for journaling, how to use tarot cards as a daily journaling prompt. I'll be sharing some of my favorite daily, weekly, and monthly tarot bullet journal spreads that you should be using in your journal too, how to use tarot cards, what you use tarot cards for, whether or not they can tell you your future, how to use tarot cards to set your goals so you can actually achieve them and accomplish your dreams, goals, and intentions. This is going to be an ongoing series on my channel, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the new topics that come up. I'll have a playlist to the entire series linked up above and down below in the description. Before we get into the video, I'd love to share with you my free 30-day of tarots download. This is going to help you get a jump start on your tarot journaling practice and give you a chance to indulge that creative side each day. I love this journaling practice. This is, I think, one of my favorites right now. I do this every day. I do a daily tarot journaling prompt every single day. You can check out my Instagram to see what my bullet journal looks like at the end of the month when I get through all of these daily journaling prompts with the tarot cards. But I wanted to share with you how you can use daily tarot draws as a way to get to know yourself, get to understand any internal conflicts that you might have or that you may not realize that you have, and then also dive a little bit deeper into what the tarot cards can actually show us and uncover for us. After you have your journal, favorite pen, and beverage of choice, grab your tarot deck and let's sit down and do a daily tarot draw journaling practice together. Now that you're ready, shuffle the deck 3 times or whatever feels good. Then cut the deck and draw a card. Alternatively, you can also spread out the cards in an arc and then select one card that way. I typically like to cut the deck and select a card. Now, before you look at the card's meaning in your guidebook or in that little pamphlet that comes with your tarot deck, set that aside. Look at the card itself. What initial feelings, reactions, and emotions come up when you look at this card? Look at the card imagery. Are there any images, colors, or symbols within the artistic quality of the card that jumps out at you? Now reflect on what you think the symbolic meaning might be behind this card, and also think about what this card means to you. If you don't have any answers, that's okay. Take a little bit more time to look at the card and really get deep into the imagery and just enjoy the beauty of the card itself. And see if any symbols or meanings pop up at you while you're looking into this card a little deeper. Now, go ahead and open up your journal to a fresh page. Date your page, sketch out a rough box the size of your tarot card, and write down any of your initial feelings, thoughts, reactions, and symbolic meanings to the card. Now it's time to grab out the guidebook that goes along with your deck. You can use either a bigger guidebook that has in-depth explanations of the tarot card meanings that you can purchase at any bookstore. A lot of tarot decks now have official guidebooks that go along with them. There may also be a little mini guidebook pamphlet in with your tarot deck. Your guidebook may be teeny tiny like this pamphlet that comes with the Writer Tarot deck. And this is the same size as the deck, and it fits right into your tarot deck box as well. And you can see this is a much loved deck. The box is very worn. This was actually my first deck, as it is with many people, because it is one of the most popular and widely known decks. There are also decks that are not only tarot decks, but playing cards as well. The Gypsy Witch fortune telling playing cards deck comes with the meaning of the card actually printed on the card. You can see here, same size as the deck because it is the deck. We've got the imagery, the card suit itself if you're using this as playing cards, and then the description of the card meaning on here as well. And I think that this is a really cool way to get to know the tarot cards and the different meanings behind them. It's really fun to play a card game with them and then also read the meanings as they come up. And it's also fun to do a daily tarot draw with these as well, because the imagery is a little bit more familiar because of the playing card nature. Your guidebook may also actually look like a book. This is the guidebook to Kim Cran's Wild Unknown tarot deck. This is the original deck. This is the size of the cards, and this is a very in-depth description of what her cards mean. They do harken back to the traditional meanings of the tarot cards, but they go a little bit more in-depth for the type of imagery that she's using in this modern tarot deck. So those are your options for what your guidebook may look like. It may be a little pamphlet, it may have the meanings directly printed onto the card itself, or it may be a book. So go ahead, check out the meaning of the card and write down any of your initial thoughts, reactions, what the card means, what it means to you, and how it applies to your life right now. If there are any questions that pop up while you're reading this description, go ahead and write those down too. Now that you have the meaning recorded, any questions that have popped up for you that you want to journal about later, take some time to reflect on your initial impression of the card combined with what's going on in your life right now and the meaning of the card according to the guidebook, and then recreate the tarot card in your journal. While you recreate the tarot card in your journal with pens, pencils, paint, watercolor, sketch out the tarot card in your journal. Enjoy the process of creating and getting a little bit closer to the tarot card that you drew today. Reflect on your initial impressions of the card, what the card means according to the guidebook, and any questions that popped up as it relates to your life. After you've recreated the tarot card in your journal, you can stop there, or you can choose to journal further and to answer any questions that came up in the guidebook or while you were reflecting. This is a good time to answer any questions that pop up, and then to also specifically write down how this card relates to your life and anything that you're going through. Tarot cards are a very interesting way to reveal the subconscious feelings that we're having that we didn't know we had. They're also a really great way to celebrate our lives and any milestones that we've achieved, and they tend to remind us to think back on those happy moments and to not forget about them and to recall them and celebrate them if we didn't get a chance to in the beginning when they happened. Another thing that the tarot cards do that can be kind of disruptive and a little frustrating is that they can be a little bit like a friend who says, hey, you might want to think about this. Sometimes we don't like to think about the struggles that we're going through and the things that are just making us angry or frustrated about, and we just try to ignore them and put them on the back burner and just completely step away from it. The tarot cards are a really good tool to reveal those things that we've pushed to the back burner, to bring new light to them, and to give us a new perspective on how we might approach the situation in our life. And the tarot cards teach us lessons on how to get through these hard moments in our lives. Remember, the tarot cards can't tell you your future. All they can do is act as a mirror to reflect back to you what you already know. The tarot cards also act as a really great friend who will gently nudge you to say, hey, you might want to think about this. Stop ignoring it and give it some thought, because you're important too. I hope that you try out using tarot cards as a daily journaling prompt. I love this practice. It's something that I do every day, and I love to record them in my bullet journal, which you can see here. This is what my bullet journal looks like at the end of the month once I've filled in all of the cards for the day and recreated them, and then also wrote down their meanings. Some days I like to go a little bit further and more in depth with my journaling practice when it comes to pulling a daily tarot card. For that, I'll pull out my journal that's more like a diary. I hope that you try this daily tarot journaling prompt, and let me know in the comments down below what the card was that you pulled first. I'm so grateful that you chose to spend your time here with me today. You can find me over on Instagram at @OwlsAndIndigo. That's where I am most. Make sure you tag me at @OwlsAndIndigo and use the hashtag #OwlsAndIndigoTribe so I can see your recreations of the bullet journal spreads that I share there, and so I can see what your journal looks like and how you use tarot cards in your practice. Remember to head over to the website for the free 30 days of tarot download. This free download is going to help you get your tarot journaling practice off to a great start and give you a chance to be creative every day. And while you're over on owlsandindigo.com, make sure you subscribe for the private monthly spirituality journaling prompt. This goes out on the 1st of every month. You'll receive a private email from me, the secret monthly spirituality journaling prompt, a private video explanation, and a peek into my private journal with my private journal entry to the same journal prompt to give you some ideas if you're feeling a little stuck. Sign up now before the 1st. The link is in the description. I'm so grateful that you chose to spend your time here with me today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.